ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the hero ceremony welcoming back one of Rhoda's sons, Lieutenant Colonel Frank De La Cruz Calvo Jr., United States Army. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask all to please rise for the playing of the U.S. CNMI and Rhoda anthem.
Yeah. CNMI, todos sus gobiernos,
Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated. As Rhoda honors its returning sons and daughters from service, we may never know the true sacrifice of their duty and commitment to country, but we do know one thing today, that under the leadership of the Honorable Efren M. Atlig, Mayor of Rhoda, in collaboration with the 18 Rhoda Municipal Council, it is our commitment to honor every son and daughter returning home. To recognize and also give thanks to the service member, please join me in recognizing Mr. Ignacio Mendiola, Special Assistant to Homeland Security, Military Affairs of the Rhoda Mayor's Office.
Thank you. Hopefully, every time we play or singing of the U.S. National, the CNMI anthem, and especially the Rhoda anthem, I love it because it makes my heart exercise. A lot of adrenaline, a lot of exercise, pulmonary exercise. Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of those beautiful days when we get together and welcome one of our service member, either active or veteran, visiting the island of Rhoda. In this case, what an honor and privilege to be up here and help coordinate on behalf of the mayor to welcome our very own Lieutenant Colonel Frank de la Cruz Calvo Jr. and his beautiful, lovely wife, who is serving actively in the U.S. Army, Captain Abby Calvo. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today. To all, Mr. Mayor, the Chairman of the Council, Lisama, and all the resident directors, special assistant, DEFCOM of Defense, Resident Director of Rhoda Health Center under the umbrella of CHC, family members, thank you so much for joining us today. Ladies and gentlemen, as a token of our patriotism, as being part of the great USA, the greatest military force in the world, I'm proud and honored to welcome our visiting son and daughter, his lovely wife, back to the island of Rhoda, accompanied by the gracious parents, Mr. and Mrs. Frank Calvo, and also the Lieutenant Colonel's parents-in-laws who are here with us to your right, if you're facing the table. I'm sorry, sir, and Mrs., I didn't get your name. I apologize. So, ladies and gentlemen, today, the brave men and women of the greatest military in the world should always be honored for their sacrifice in every branches of the United States Armed Forces, troops, sailors, and airmen. For those who risk their lives to protect our freedom that we cherish, it is a selfless act of valor that is done without asking anything in return. They don't ask anything in return. Our military deserves to be honored and appreciated. The freedom and liberty we enjoy in spots because of the brave men and women of the military who dedicate their lives to protecting the nation. We must never forget why we have and why we need our military. Our armed forces exist solely to ensure that our nation is safe, so that each and every one of us can sleep soundly at night, knowing we have guardians at the gate, the veterans and active members. Our military service have put their lives on the line to protect the freedoms that we enjoy. They have dedicated their lives to their country and deserve to be recognized for their commitment. Their spouses and family are there with them always, praying every day, every moment in their life for the safe return back home. An enduring worry for most of us whose family members are serving and in harm's way. Our country and nation has a long history of patriotism and honor, and a nation who has fought many battles to keep our country free from threats and terror. I respect every soldier and wish you, from every country who serves beside us, our allies, in the hard working of this history. America is grateful, and America will never forget. Luta will never forget. Our Mayor Alfred M. Atalik is a true patriot and a grateful leader. He is the first mayor of the island of Luta that publicly and officially, with welcome home ceremonies, undoubtedly embraces, salutes, and honors those who serve and those who have served, still serving in the greatest military in the world. I am proud to serve him, sir. Thank you for the privilege, an honor and privilege, and task as Special Assistant for Military and Veterans Affairs. Under his administration, I have served him since 2017. Ladies and gentlemen, let's thank our great mayor again. A big round of applause, please. Thank you, Mayor. Now, for the main event of today's patriotic ceremony, as a grateful and proud community of Luta, a moment we've been waiting for. Let's welcome Rhoda's own son, our hero, Lieutenant Colonel Fran de la Cruz Calvo Jr., United States Army Reserve Active. And also, let's welcome his partner, Captain Abby Calvo, for their service. Hoover! Welcome home, Lieutenant Colonel Calvo and Mrs. Calvo, Captain Calvo, precisely. My good people of Rhoda, let him be an example to our youngsters in Rhoda. Nothing is impossible. He aimed for the stars and he found a planet. A Lieutenant Colonel in the United States Air Force. I always tell my son that. Ladies and gentlemen, and last but not the least, let us welcome the LNO or military license officer who has been on the ground for Cobb North 22, Master Sergeant himself sitting here in uniform. Let's welcome him joining us today, Master Sergeant Mark Hoover. Just to elaborate about ongoing and frequent Cobb North exercises, the objective of this exercise is the United States or Department of Defense to mobilize into any community or any civilian locality to assist and help in case of man-made disasters or natural disasters. We have witnessed back in 2018 when man could impact us. I was in command of this center. The first thing we do, we headed out. There were 2 Osprey aircrafts, and the wind was still averaging, gusting about 25 to 30 miles per hour. But the military Department of Defense were already hovering over Rhoda, making an aerial assessment of the damage. They were the first boots on the ground. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again, Lieutenant Colonel, Captain, your lovely wife, Mr. and Ms. Frank Calvo, the parents, joining families that are here with us today, resident directors, family members of the community. Thank you so much.
Thank you again, Juan. Ladies and gentlemen, to give the welcome remarks for today's ceremony, please join me in recognizing our Commander-in-Chief of the Island of Rhoda, the Honorable Mayor Efren M. Atlee.
Good morning. Thank you, Secretary. This is probably my many speeches that I have to the public, and I've been saying even that we need a microphone stand. So next time I do my speech, I expect that. Because you know I'm a speaker that love to gesture, and I cannot do it with my hands. I have to use it with my left hand. Yeah. So, anyways, welcome to the mayor's office, specifically to the mayor's conference hallway. And today we're here because of what we have been doing, welcoming military heroes from our islands and also from the outer islands and all the states. As long as they're U.S. military, we will welcome them and honorably recognize them for their services, protecting our freedom, our democracy across the globe. So thank you to all of you. But today, specifically, we're here to honor and recognize Lieutenant Colonel Frank de la Cruz Calvo, is it Jr.? I just wondered about that because the De La Cruz was there. If you're a junior, you're a junior for your dad. So, yeah. So thank you very much for your service. Honestly, we are proud of you. And of course, your partner, Captain Abby Calvo. Welcome to Rhoda and welcome to the Mayor's Office for today's recognition and honor of all of these services personnel that were here. Also, Master Sergeant there. Thank you. Master Sergeant Hoover, thank you for witnessing the ceremony, and I hope you would also take this back home and spread the word that Rhoda recognizes all of us, the military that serve here on the islands and of course the U.S. and across the globe. So thank you very much to all of you. As you know, we've been doing this, recognizing our heroes that serve us, that made us who we are today. We are free because of them. And for that, thank you so much. Thank you so much. The director that I see, Abby from Department of Finance, Deputy Commissioner Steve, Director Vanessa Kirwa, and all of you, I recognize and thank you so much. Thank you so much. And so I also, before I sit down, I'd like to thank you also the Women's Affairs women who have deliciously provided us refreshment for today after the ceremony, and also the admin staff that put together these logistics, the decorations, and all of that. Thank you for all the staff of the Mayor's Office and also staffs of different departments that got involved in making this a beautiful ceremony. So again, thank you so much. The parents, Mr. Calvo, Frank Calvo, Jesus Masi, Asing, Jesus Masi, and all of the siblings, the families, thank you for allowing Lieutenant Colonel Frank to serve the people of Rhoda and the people of the CNMI and of course the U.S. Thank you so much, and please enjoy your stay here and stay safe. We need you to come back and enjoy life. Thank you. I love you all, so have a good day.
Thank you again, Mr. Mayor. At this time, we will now present the municipal tribute. We ask the honoree, along with the mayor and the chairman of the 18th Rhoda Municipal Council, to please come before the Great Seal as we present our municipal tribute.
Gentlemen, as a symbolic gesture of the municipality of Luta and the administration of the mayor and also the 18th Rhoda Municipal Council, represented by the chairman up here, a certificate of recognition. This certificate is presented to Lieutenant Colonel Frank de la Cruz Calvo Jr. in recognition of your valuable contributions to our freedom and democracy. We continue to enjoy as one nation of the United States of America. We will continue to recognize and support our country's service members and their families in peace, in crisis, and in war. Signed by the Honorable Efren M. Atalik, Mayor of Rhoda, and the Honorable Chairman of the 18th Rhoda Municipal Council, Donovan H. Lizama. You may applause.
Normally at this point, it was tradition that we will have our honoree say a few words. But today is a special day for all viewing today here at the conference hall and those viewing on the Rhoda Public Information Facebook website. For today, we will witness one of very few things, a promotion from our son of Rhoda. We now hand the mic over to his now to read the orders.
honorary to stand during the publishing of the orders. Thank you. Attention to orders. The President of the United States has reposed special trust and confidence to your patriotism, valor, fidelity, and abilities. In view of these qualities and your demonstrated potential for increased responsibility, you are therefore promoted in the United States Army Reserve to the grade of Lieutenant Colonel. Effective date 1 July 2021. Signed, Gerald T. Mayer, Chief, Director of the Army Promotions. Ladies and gentlemen, people of CNMI, let's congratulate your newly promoted Lieutenant Colonel Frank Calvo Jr.
All right, everyone can be seated, and maybe at this time we'll have Lieutenant Colonel Frank Calvo Jr. come and give a brief remarks.
Stacy, that's what the mayor said. Buenas. Like they say, you can relax. A promotion is supposed to be a family thing, and traditionally supposed to be enjoyed by all, primarily by people who you admire and you look up to. Mayor, thank you very much for the invitation. Ivan, Advisor, Master Sergeant Hoover, correct? Brim, thank you. I did not write a speech, so am I holding everyone back for lunch? My wife and I are currently stationed in Joint Base Lewis McChord, the state of Washington. Being in uniform is not an easy task. A lot of family hardships, but in the end, it is a family duty. It is a family duty. But if there's anything that I want to talk to all of you that are out there, aside from thanking you, I share with my parents this moment a lot. So I'm sorry if I'm feeling a little emotional. You don't see this boy cry a lot. Let me take my breath here. It is my father who instilled the discipline and the leadership in me. And it is my mom who gave me the heart to excel. And it is my wife and my son who give me the biggest hope, right? To strive every day to be the best. And my sisters, I can't thank them enough. I don't tell them enough, but sure enough, I hope they know that me serving in this uniform and being gone from home is a big feat in itself. You know, now, let me tell you, every time you come in and out of the house in uniform, trust me, I don't tell you, but I look up to you. Trust me.
Likewise, John. Likewise.
Same as to you, Sally and Tony. I thank you. Darn it, they flew all the way from North Dakota. So now I can loosen up. If there's anything before I close, because I'm not a pedestal guy. I am not. I don't talk. I do enough for myself and for my family. I left Rhoda in 1990. And believe it or not, everyone that's standing out there, aside from the younger generation, trust me, I hardly know you, but unless you put on your mask and you tell me who your parents are, then that's a different story. But a lot of you, believe it or not, in my lifetime here in Rhoda, you've shaped me. You don't know that, but you've shaped me, right? From my dad's family who's here, my mom's family who's here, Uncle Junior, trust me, all of you shaped me. All of you, right? Even my cousins that are here to represent me. It's not the person that's in this uniform. All of you shaped me, believe it or not. And if there's anything I want to share with you lastly before I leave this stage is I had an excellent leader who left, who was just my previous battalion commander. And I'm going to steal his words and some of the things that I practice and I aspire. And that's for all of us. And it doesn't have to apply in uniform. It could be, you could apply it to your life or your daily life, however you want to see it, right? And it's super easy because it's ABCs, right? We've all learned that. I'm not going to do tomorrow ABC, so it's no longer ABC, I think, right? But for A, he says we all need to be accountable. All need to be accountable. Everyone that's standing in this room working for the mayor, even when a person's not looking, guess what? We all have a job to do. Everyone has a job to do, right? Even when the boss is not around, so we have to be accountable. B, hey, believe in yourself. I did. My wife does. Right? I believe in myself, so that's why I can accomplish anything. C, I challenge myself all the time. Even when people are not looking, I challenge myself. Only I know that. And then the D is, I try to look for means to develop myself, right? It may not necessarily be on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, TalkTik, whatever they call it nowadays, but I have to challenge myself because the rank, I can go to a clothing and sales, purchase it and put it on, right? But I challenge myself to earn this and represent, like what Ike was saying, the best organization in the world. The United States military, okay? And everyone in uniform there as well. And then lastly, we all know that we're from the islands, right? So the eat and exercise needs to play a pretty good role. But in all of that, A, B, C, D, E, that's what I practice in order for me to fulfill just my daily life. Again, I want to thank you for coming. Especially people who are at work and are getting paid now, so do they time out for this? Or oh, don't worry, sorry. That's a comp time. It's comp time. Paid break. Paid break. So again, Mayor, thank you for, again, respecting the service members. Master Sergeant Hoover, it's a great respect to meet you. Ivan, and all my families and friends out there, for being here today. My sisters, Nell, Sally, Tony, Mom and Dad, thank you. Sweetheart, I love you. Thank you, Frankie. Have a blessed day and stay safe.
Ladies and gentlemen, to close out our ceremony for today, please join me in recognizing the chairman of the 18th Rhoda Municipal Council, the Honorable Jonathan Lazama.
Thank you, Secretary. First, before I close out, I want to say a short story about, Lieutenant Colonel. Like he said, generations, I was, in one of them generations. So when I was young, the last time I met Lieutenant Colonel was at a basketball court, right? But, Lieutenant Colonel Calvo was always, pushing us to be better, right? We were like sports guys, right? We were jockeys. So, Frank, Lieutenant Colonel was always there for us, in games, our basketball games, baseball, whatever sports. He's always pushing us to be better. So thank you for that, Lieutenant Calvo. Thank you for that. That's a lot of memories. I know I haven't seen you in the military uniform. This is the first time I saw you, but I always saw you in a basketball uniform. So thank you again, and for all the service, and also to everybody, the families, all the families, Uncle Frank and Tiasing. You guys raised a good son, a great son. Thank you, Mrs. Calvo, Cap. Thank you, in-laws. Welcome to Rhoda, and also Master Sergeant, and everyone else, directors that are here present to see this special moment for Lieutenant Colonel, the families, sisters, Nyao, and everybody else. Thank you guys for participating in this event. This is a very special moment, and I'm not going to hold you guys' time. Thank you all. And also, I'd like to recognize also our newly graduate firefighters. Welcome back home. Thank you guys. And I would like to say thank you all, and thank you again, Pamilya Calvo. Thank you so much for everything.
Thank you, Chairman. Very, very touching speech. Ladies and gentlemen, last but not the least, I'd like to recognize all the defense personnel that are attending with us here under the direction of DEPCOM Steve Meskin. Also to all the frontliners, thank you, and I wish you well, be safe always, and thank you for your service, making sure that you're tracking down any, the COVID-19 virus. Just for information, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunate news is the CNMI has accounted for about 43 certified by CDC, 43 variant Omicron, 43 numbers in CNMI already. So please be careful. It's my job also to advise you. Please practice the 3 W's. Try to refrain from gathering, especially in confined areas. Wear your mask properly, covering both the nose and the mouth. It's not a garment, it's not style or fashion. Wear it properly. Also, keep distance, constantly sanitize. So thank you very much. I wish you well. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you again, Homeland. As we close out the ceremony, ladies and gentlemen, as the mayor said, please join us for some light refreshments brought to us by the Women's Affairs. And at this time, as tradition calls, we will take the first photo with family of the honoree along with the leaders.